So ladies and gentlemen, you know me, and this is a school board meeting with a man, a father. You guys have been asking, where are the fathers?
Miss Ewing, several weeks ago, in a vote to allow trans students to use whatever bathroom. Miss Ewing, several weeks ago, in a vote to allow trans students to use whatever bathroom they wish, you assured us that these policies were perfectly safe, as neither yourself nor law enforcement could provide a single example of any trans student assaulting any girl in any bathroom, in any school, in any state, anywhere at all.
That's a lie.
But not to worry, since you couldn't locate them, I took the trouble to.
Who?
See, Loudoun County, Virginia, where last year, under district policy, a trans student was allowed into the women's bathroom where he assaulted a girl. To cover it up, they moved him to another school where he did it again.
And you arrested the father.
See, Irvine, California last month, where a trans student entered the women's locker room and flashed the girls there. When they confronted him, he mercilessly beat them. This happened again in Gwinnett County, Georgia. This happened again in Oklahoma City. This happened again in Ohio, where a trans man was allowed to use the locker room where he was arrested for flashing little girls.
But he's
the
too fat.
judge dropped the charges after he ruled that this man was too fat for them to see anything. Last month, in this city, a man using they-them pronouns in a scene straight out of Silence of the Lambs hunted down and killed a female jogger because he, quote, wanted to look just like her. And before you say that these are anecdotal evidence, just note that in a survey of trans inmates in federal prisons, half were convicted of sexual assault and 90% were convicted of violent crimes, well above the general prison population. Now, it should also be noted that in each of these cases, each of these perpetrators had either changed their pronouns, had undergone transition, or had received gender-affirming therapy and accommodations thereof. Why is this important to note?
Simple.
Probably for the same reason we recognize as a society that you do not affirm that people with anorexia can be healthy in any way. You do not affirm that somebody with schizophrenia is hearing voices. And
Facts.
You do not affirm that somebody in a manic episode is having great ideas. Because when you leave somebody to languish in their false mental state, i.e. men who think they are women, they will inevitably lash out and harm themselves and those around them.
Yes.
Hurt people, hurt other people. But I don't want to pretend and have the hubris to think that I'm going to be the one to change your mind. I'm happy to share any and all of these examples with you. But you will most likely leave here tonight believing that men can become women, affirming care works, and that you made the right vote.
True.
But you will no longer be able to look into the eyes of your constituents and honestly say that you are unaware of the assaults that inevitably take place when we declare to women, you have no right to privacy.
100%.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And the interesting part about this whole situation, how you need to speak, it's like you have to educate yourself in the process when they speak to you in a condescending way as if you're a child and you're dumb and who are you to even respond. Don't believe me? This TikTok will refresh your mind.
Born women who think that trans women...
Assign, not naturally born, again. Not naturally born. Nothing about it is natural.
I told you I make mistakes.
Nothing about that is natural.
Okay, so what I'm saying is... For women, what's the language I should say?
Assigned female at birth.
Okay, so for women who are assigned female at birth and stick to that,
and for whom that is consistent with how they identify,
and for whom that's a lot of words. Who
stick with it?
Okay,
you are in a commitment for a stance. So
yes,
do the work.
Yes, ma'am.
Do the work.
Come on.
Teach me. Say it again.
Do the work.
Do it again.
For whom
you got
consistent
me
with how they identify.
You got me fucked up, bruh. You got me fucked up, dog. It don't even matter what the hell they talking about, bro. It's the entitlement that your ass feel that you have to talk to me the way you talking to me, dog, bro. And that's what we fighting these.
But let's hear how the teacher responds to this man that articulated the thing that she said was not happening. The cop said was not happening.
Thank you for bringing all of those cases to my attention. And yes, I was aware of those.
So you lied?
I got lots of emails after that meeting. However, what I was referencing was by the U.S. government in all of their research. So that's what I was referencing. And yes, I see you're holding that up. However, the vote, how I based my vote wasn't just solely on that. How I based my vote is what we are required to do when making policy is that we must make policy that is within federal, state, and within our policies. So federal laws and state laws. And based upon the laws that are out there, my vote was not to go forward with that because a policy would have been against a law. And that is the reason why.
Which law? Tell us more. Which law? You never tell us why. You're like YouTube. This school board member, the whole freaking thing, they should call it YouTube. Hate speech. What did I say? Did I laugh too hard? Did I point? You don't say anything. But you're still there in power. Saying that you're going to advocate for us. And then you're in the power. Well, you already voted me in. This is how I think. You're already committed. Keep going. Keep going.
I voted that way. And this comes from the National Threat Assessment Center did 20 years of research, 20 years of research on all the things. You can find it online. 20 years of research on all the things that are a possible threat or harm to our children. That has not been mentioned. If you look at our incidence reports in Peoria and the narrative that has been set about assaults in the bathroom, it has not come as the result of a transgender identified student. There is not a single incident that has happened. And if you look at the nationwide data, that does not show it as well.
If you're saying it's not happening at the school and nationwide it's not happening, but you recognize people bring all the evidence, it only means nobody is talking about that, or everybody is silencing it, or everybody's going to say, you're talking poo-poo.
So I know that's very difficult to hear. That does not take away our students' concerns. It does not take away our family concerns.
How? No, I'm done with this video, man. How does it not take my concern? I gave you the proof. You say you recognize the proof, but then you tell me a specific place did some research. It was not happening here. It's not happening over the generations. I'm sorry, what you spoke was bullcrap. I'm like, yo, you agree to look good, but then you say you agreed about something that doesn't exist, so you look bad. I'm like, how? The summary of this whole situation, even if you have everything, you have nothing. All I'm trying to say is that kids are different. And most trans people here in Spain, they don't bring the topic up in front of the family, in front of other friends' kids. No, it's like, I do my thing. It's a dangerous thing. It's a specific lifestyle, how they want to live. By that, I think they drink a lot sometimes, they smoke a lot sometimes, and their party can be kind of wild. And they understand it's not something that you need to promote to a kid until they can actually understand the consequence. If the kid is an adult, you can speak about it, but not at elementary school level. There's no way they're going to allow that. People would flip on you. But we have these unique people taking advantage of the T word, creating a situation, finding a way they can take advantage and label the other people that back in the day could have labeled them, but now they have government backing them up and people that are so afraid to call it out because there are usual social consequences. I don't think it's a good look in the long run, but that's just me. But anyway, I can rant too much. Like, share, hit the bell notification. Let me know what you guys think about the whole situation and see you guys in the next one. Peace.